My name is Derek. I'm 34 years old, and I learned something most people never do. You can lose everything and still win. 5 years ago, I married Elena. She had this smile that made rooms brighter. Her laugh sounded like music. We met at a coffee shop. She spilled her latte on my jacket. I wasn't even mad. Within 6 months, we were inseparable. We bought a small house in the suburbs. White fence, red door. She wanted a dog. So we adopted Max, a golden retriever with eyes like honey. Life felt complete. I worked in IT. Good job. Stable income. Elena worked in marketing. She was ambitious, always on her phone, always networking. I loved that about her. Every morning, she'd kiss my forehead before leaving. Every night, we'd watch shows together. Max would sleep between us. It was simple. It was perfect. Or so I thought. The first sign came 6 months before everything collapsed. She started working late, a lot. Her phone was always face down. She'd laugh at texts and then quickly lock her screen. I didn't think much of it. I trusted her. One evening, I came home early. She was on the balcony, talking to someone. Her voice was soft, sweet. The way she used to talk to me, when she saw me, she hung up fast. "Work call," she said. I nodded, but something felt off. Then she started asking strange questions about my savings, about the house deed, about Max's registration papers. She said she was organizing our finances. I gave her access to everything, because that's what you do when you love someone. You trust them. But then, small things started to change. It started with a name, Ryan. She mentioned him twice in one week, her new colleague. She said he was helping her with a big project. I didn't think anything of it. Until I saw them together. I was driving past her office building. There they were, standing too close, laughing too loud, his hand on her lower back. My chest tightened. That night, I asked her about Ryan. She got defensive, said I was being paranoid, said I was insecure. She turned it on me, so I dropped it. But I started watching. Her late nights became later. Her texts became secrets. She'd shower as soon as she got home. She stopped looking me in the eye. One Friday, she said she had a work trip. 3 days. I kissed her goodbye, watched her drive away. Then I checked our joint bank account. $30,000. Gone. Transferred to an account I didn't recognize. My hands shook as I scrolled through the statements. She'd been moving money for months. Small amounts, unnoticeable. Until now. I called her. No answer. I called again, straight to voicemail. Then I got a text. From her number. But it wasn't meant for me. He doesn't know. We're almost ready. Just a few more weeks. My stomach dropped. I stared at that message for 10 minutes. My wife, my Elena, was planning something against me. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I hired a private investigator. His name was Tom, former cop. He found everything in 72 hours. Photos, emails, bank transfers, hotel receipts. Elena and Ryan had been together for 8 months. They weren't just having an affair, they were planning a future. Together. Using my money. Tom handed me a folder. Inside was a document. A forged power of attorney. Elena had been preparing to transfer the house into her name. Legally. She'd convinced me to sign papers months ago. Said it was for tax purposes. I trusted her. I was a fool. But the worst part? Max. She'd already changed his registration. He was legally hers now. I sat in my car, staring at the evidence. My marriage was a lie. My home was about to be stolen. My dog wasn't even mine anymore. I wanted to scream, to break something, to confront her. But I didn't. Because in that moment, something shifted inside me. The heartbreak turned cold. The anger turned sharp. She thought I was stupid. She thought I'd just let this happen. She was wrong. I called Tom back. "I need your help," I said. "But not the legal kind. Not yet." He asked what I meant. "I need to know everything. Every account. Every plan. Every lie." He paused. Then he said, "You're going to fight back." I nodded, even though he couldn't see me. "I'm going to do more than that." That night, Elena came home, smiling. She kissed my cheek, asked how my day was. I smiled back. It was great, I said. She had no idea what was coming, but they made one mistake. They thought I was broken. I spent 2 weeks being the perfect husband. I cooked her favorite meals, I laughed at her jokes. I asked about Ryan, casually. She'd smile. Oh, he's great. Really helping me grow at work. I'd nod. That's amazing, honey. Inside, I was building. Tom gave me copies of everything, the forged documents, the secret bank account, the hotel records, all of it. But I didn't go to a lawyer, not yet. Because I realized something. Elena wasn't just stealing my money. She was stealing my life, my home, my dog, my dignity. So I decided to take it all back, differently. First, I contacted the bank, showed them the forged power of attorney. They froze the account Elena had opened. Every dollar she'd transferred was locked. She didn't know yet. Second, I called a real estate attorney. Turns out the papers Elena had me sign, they weren't valid. She'd forged a second signature, a notary stamp that didn't exist. The house was still mine. Third, I went to the county clerk, changed Max's registration back, submitted proof of purchase, my name, my receipts. Done, but I wasn't done yet, because I wanted her to feel what I felt. That moment of realizing everything you built was sand. So I set the trap. I told Elena I got a promotion, a big one, $50,000 bonus. Her eyes lit up. We should celebrate, she said. I agreed. I told her the money would hit our account in 2 days. I watched her text Ryan, right in front of me. She thought I didn't notice. 2 days later, I came home early. Elena was in our bedroom, on the phone. I stood outside the door, listening. The money's here, she said. We can move it tonight. Then we'll file the divorce papers. He won't have time to react. My heart pounded, but not from sadness, from focus. That night, I suggested we go out to dinner. Celebrate. She agreed. While we were gone, Tom and 2 witnesses went to the house. They documented everything, photos, videos, timestamps. When we got back, I poured 2 glasses of wine, handed her one. To new beginnings, I said. She smiled. To new beginnings. We sat on the couch. Max curled up next to me. She kept checking her phone, then I pulled out the folder, set it on the hot coffee table. Her smile faded. What's that? She asked. Open it, I said. Her hands shook as she pulled out the papers. The photos, the bank statements, the hotel receipts, the forged documents. Her face went white. Derek, I can explain. No, I said. You can't. I stood up. The bank account you opened? Frozen? The house transfer? Illegal? Max's registration? Back in my name. She started crying. Please, I made a mistake. I love you. I looked at her. This woman I'd built a life with, and I felt nothing. You didn't make a mistake, I said. You made a choice, every day, for 8 months. She reached for me. I stepped back. I've already filed for divorce, I said. Everything's documented. The fraud, the affair, the theft. My lawyer says you'll be lucky to walk away with anything. Her tears stopped. Her face twisted. You can't do this. I smiled. Not a happy smile, a free one. I already did. The next morning, she was gone. Packed a bag, left the keys, didn't even say goodbye to Max. 2 weeks later, her lawyer contacted mine. She wanted to settle, quietly. I agreed, on one condition. She had to return every dollar, sign away all claims, and admit in writing what she did. She signed. I got my house, my savings, my dog, and my dignity. But what came next changed me forever. The first week after Elena left was strange. The house felt bigger, quieter. Max would look at the door, waiting for her. I'd scratch his ears. She's not coming back, buddy. I thought I'd feel victorious, like I'd won some great battle, but I didn't. I felt empty. Because revenge doesn't fill the hole betrayal creates. It just shows you how deep it goes. I started therapy. Dr. Lynn. She was patient, kind. She asked me questions I didn't want to answer. Why do you think you trusted her so completely? She asked one day. I shrugged. Because I loved her? Or because you wanted to believe love meant safety? That hit different. I realized I'd given Elena everything because I thought that's what love was. Total surrender. Complete trust. No boundaries. But that's not love. That's fear. Fear of being alone. Fear of not being enough. Elena didn't break me. I was already fractured. She just found the cracks. One night, I got a message from her. I'm sorry, Derek. I know that doesn't change anything, but I need you to know I did love you once. I stared at that text for an hour. Part of me wanted to respond, to ask why, to understand. But I didn't, because some questions don't have answers worth hearing. I deleted the message, blocked her number, moved on. 2 months later, I ran into a mutual friend, Sarah. She asked how I was doing. I told her I was okay. She hesitated. Then she said, You know about Elena and Ryan, right? I nodded. Yeah, I know. No, she said. I mean, what happened after? I didn't know, Sarah told me. Elena and Ryan moved in together, used the money she'd hidden in cash. But Ryan? He was married too. His wife found out. She filed for divorce, took everything. Ryan blamed Elena, said she seduced him, ruined his life. They broke up 3 weeks later. Now Elena was alone. No house, no money, no Ryan, no me. Sarah expected me to smile, to gloat. But I didn't. I just felt sad for her, for Ryan's wife, for everyone who got caught in this mess. Karma's real, Sarah said. I shook my head. No, choices are real. She made hers. Now she's living them. That night, I thought about what Dr. Lin said, about how we attract what we believe we deserve. Elena believed love was a transaction, something you take, something you win. So that's what she got. Transactions, no depth, no truth. I believed love was sacrifice, giving everything, losing yourself, so that's what I got, loss. But now I was learning something new. Love isn't surrender, it's partnership. It's not about losing yourself, it's about finding someone who helps you become more yourself. I wasn't there yet, but I was trying. 3 months after the divorce was finalized, I got a package. No return address. Inside was a letter. From Elena. It was long, handwritten. She apologized, explained, said she was in therapy too, said she realized she'd been running from herself, that she used me as a shield, that Ryan was just another escape. She said she didn't expect forgiveness. She just wanted me to know she was sorry. At the end, she wrote, You deserved better. I hope you find it. I read that letter 3 times. Then I put it in a drawer. Not to forget, but to remember. That people are complicated. That hurt people. That forgiveness isn't about them. It's about you. I didn't respond. But I didn't burn it either. A few weeks later, I started dating again. Nothing serious, just coffee, conversations, learning to trust again. One woman asked me, What happened in your last relationship? I paused. I gave too much, and she took too much, but I'm learning balance. She smiled. That's honest. It was. Max helped too. Dogs have this way of reminding you that love doesn't have to be complicated. It can just be presence, loyalty, simplicity. We'd go on long walks. I'd talk to him about Elena, about the house, about everything. He'd just wag his tail, like he understood. Maybe he did. 6 months after everything fell apart, I was sitting on my porch, watching the sunset. Max was beside me, and for the first time in a long time, I felt peace. Not because I got revenge, not because Elena suffered, but because I chose myself. I chose to stop being a victim, to stop waiting for someone to complete me, to stop believing I needed to give everything to be worth something. I was enough, just as I was. That's when I realized this story wasn't about them anymore. It's been a year now. The house feels like mine again. I repainted the bedroom, changed the furniture, made new memories. Max is older, slower, but he's happy. So am I. People ask me if I regret how I handled things, if I wish I'd done something different. Honestly, no. Because I didn't destroy Elena, I just stopped letting her destroy me. There's a difference. Revenge isn't about making someone suffer. It's about reclaiming your power, your voice, your life. And I did that. I still see her sometimes. Around town, she doesn't look happy, but she doesn't look destroyed either. Just different. Once we made eye contact at a grocery store. She looked like she wanted to say something. I nodded, kept walking. There was nothing left to say. Last month I met someone. Her name is Ava. She's a teacher. She's kind. She's honest. She asks me questions about myself, real questions. And when I answer, she listens. We're taking it slow. I told her about Elena, about the betrayal, about everything. She didn't run. She just held my hand. Said, "Thank you for trusting me with that." Trust. That word used to scare me. Now it's just a choice I make carefully. One night, Ava asked me, "What did you learn from all of it?" I thought for a moment. That the one thing Elena couldn't take was my choice. She took my money, my house, my dog. But she couldn't take my decision to walk away, to rebuild, to choose myself. Ava smiled. That's powerful. It was. Because here's the truth. Betrayal shows you who people really are, but your response shows you who you are. Elena showed me she was selfish, desperate, latabos, and I showed myself I was stronger than I thought, smarter, more resilient. I didn't need revenge to prove my worth. I just needed to believe in it. The house, the money, the dog. Those were just things, important things. But things. The real battle was internal. And I won it the moment I stopped letting her actions define my value. Sometimes late at night, I think about that message she sent. I did love you, once. And I believe her. In her own broken way, she probably did. But love without integrity is just a word. And I needed more than words. I needed truth. Partnership, respect. Now I'm building a life based on those things. With Ava, with Max, with myself. And it feels real. Mine. So if you're out there going through something similar, hear me. You will survive this. You will rebuild. You will find yourself again, but only if you choose to. Elena took a lot from me, but she couldn't take my will, my choice, my future. Because those things, they were never hers to take. They were always mine. Betrayal broke me. But it also rebuilt me, stronger, wiser, afristit. And that's something no one can ever steal. I'm Derek, and this is my story. I share it not because I want sympathy, not because I want applause, but because I know someone out there needs to hear it. If you've ever trusted someone who hurt you, I hope this story reminds you of something. You are not broken. You are not stupid. You are human. And humans can rebuild. The hardest part isn't the betrayal, it's the moment after. When you have to decide who you're going to be, a victim or a survivor. I chose survivor, and every day I choose it again. Some days are hard. Some days I miss what I thought we had. But then I remember it was never real. And I'm grateful it ended. Because now I get to build something real. Something honest. Something mine. So if you're watching this and you're in the middle of your own betrayal, listen. Take your time. Feel your feelings. Cry. Scream. Break down. But then, when you're ready, stand up. Make a plan. Take back your power. You don't need revenge. You need boundaries. You need self-respect. You need to choose yourself. Do that. And I promise you'll be okay. If this story helped you, drop a comment below. Tell me your story, or just say hi. I read every single one, and if you want to hear more real stories like this, hit that subscribe button. Stay with me, because we're building something here. A community of people who refuse to let betrayal define them. People who choose strength, truth, healing. Thank you for listening to my story. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself. You deserve it.